Welcome everybody to a very unique Ninja Atraxa deck that I think will be interesting for a lot of you, not only for commander players who like to utilize the ninjutsu mechanic, but also for people under you who is playing on a free-to-play account and wanna see how to compete with the current meta, but also against really powerful decks with some amazing ninjutsu synergies where we can cheat in our Atraxa as early as turn 4 by utilizing ninjutsu mechanic, but also some amazing other synergies. For example, this deck is designed also to be able to cast the Atraxa by only running dual colors and requiring 2 treasures to cold cast our Atraxa and take over the game this way to just get the advantage on the board, but also with the card advantage that Atraxa provides. It's a very powerful mechanic. But of course at the end we are ninja deck and we can also finish out the game only with our amazing ninjas and powerful spells that can go over the top and win against a lot of meta decks, for example like here enchantment decks. So let's check out the deck shortly. And I find to build this sort of decks is really interesting, especially on a free-to-play account where you don't have access to so many cards as you have maybe in a paid account. You see maybe by design already that this deck utilizes a lot of ninjutsu mechanics or a lot of ninjas, but also some mana fixing with our stuff. Myr Convert that I think is a really underplayed card, especially if you need to fix your mana on turn 3 or on turn 4. Myr can be a really powerful spell. But of course the big players here in this deck is our Prosperous Thief, because he can be ninjutsu for 2 mana, and whenever he deals a combat damage he can create, or he will create, a treasure token, and this allows us to cast our Atraxa as early as a turn 4, and then you're gonna maybe see it also in the gameplay part, because I played already the games and it was really fun to utilizing not only the ninjutsu mechanic but also of course our Atraxa, who just breaks the game against a lot of decks, not only against aggro decks that I face a lot, against mono red, mono white soldiers, but also against grindier decks that goes on the mid-range or control plane. Atraxa hitting the board is really painful for them, because Atraxa refills our hand instantly by entering the battlefield. And I designed the deck also in this way that Atraxa can hit a lot of cards, so we can talking here about at least 4 or 5 cards that we're gonna get an advantage on, because we have some enchantments and saga synergies, we have artifact creatures but also normal creatures, and also we run artifacts, planeswalkers with our Kaito of course, and some powerful instant spells that can provide us card advantage, but also creation creations. Here I want to point out a little bit: Fake Your Own Death, a 2 mana, gives +2/+0 and creates a treasure token if our creature dies, and returns the creature to the battlefield. So the value is here, there, and this allows us to cast Atraxa, also called by interacting with our creatures while opponent tries to interact with our board. Another really nice inclusion is I found Gilded Pinions, a 2 mana equipment that says whenever it enters the battlefield we create a treasure token. So it's actually a 1 mana investment, because you get a 1 mana in return from the treasure token, and it has equip 2, and the creature we equip it has flying, and sometimes it's really powerful. You saw maybe in the clip against enchantment decks, you can finish out the games if they don't have enough flyers to protect it, against decks to try to overtake the game in the mid game, and we are just going over the top. For the mana base, we run to an average 26, so with 24 lands is perfectly fine, especially with all the treasure creations and all of the mana fixing that provides us with our Myr, and also with our Staff of the Completion. We are able to cast our spells more often than not without any issues, and I never really had a game where I had an Atraxa in the hand and I could not cast it, because there's so much happening in this deck that I think it's the best way to explain it by playing it. So this is why let's go straight to the gameplay. Welcome everybody to our Ninja Atraxa deck, a deck that shows that you don't need a lot of rares in Mythic to have fun with Atraxa. And first of all, against George Looney we go first. Looks like okayish hand. First of all, I wanna say that I'm sorry for the Saturday missing video, because it was really busy week. The past week, who doesn't know, I was traveling a lot, and we came just on Friday evening home. This is why I could not record until Saturday and prepare the video there. But today we're gonna make something cool, make something happen. And first of playing mono red, I play against a lot of mono red, but also against soldiers, weirdly enough. Sure, let's go for it. Let's see what my opponent brings to the table, and the Fading Hope will help me with it. Otherwise will be definitely interesting dance here against mono red players. Raja, it's okay actually. Not really looking... Oh, that's interesting. I think Silver Viewmaster to get some damage done, and then we can bounce, for example, our Raja, and see if we can win the race against mono red, because we have tools to go really fast. We just need to draw a little bit, let's say some value. Some ninjas that gain their life is, for example, really powerful against mono red. Sure. Could theoretically bounce my own creature to get the advantage, but we're gonna see what my opponent can bring to the table. Okay, play with fire. This means Raja can go bye-bye. Hero's Downfall. No. Not looking for some removal, because my opponent don't present such a big board and use already a lot of burn spells to just deal with my creatures. And this is actually not bad. But I wanna get my land drop, so let's see Thirst of Discovery will give me my land drop. Decline. One of you and one of you. One of you and one of you, and next turn I can ninjutsu it for 2. Doesn't matter what we tap. Network Disruptor is, by the way, really amazing to bring in some of your ninjutsu stuff later on, especially if you have multiple of it. And March of Sorrow will take care of Raja, this is not a biggie, and we start gaining life with our Mukotai. Opponent with a lot of removal here. So double play with fire, and the lightning strike is already down. So problem number 1, I cannot protect Mukotai with our Fake Your Own Death. This is why let's pass it. Let's see if we can pick off Raja, for example, and then next. How much does he need? 5-6. He can theoretically do it already. What he has in his hand there? This is a little bit too late, no? Let's do it like this. Let's go steal for 3, submit 0. So my opponent made a misplay here, and because of this misplay, I was a little bit confused, I think. But let's go with Mukotai. Lost on 3 life, let's say, or 3 life gain. Could pick off Raja, but... Sure? No. No, go back for 3. Oh, this is super good draw. Super good draw with Kaito. Because Kaito can help me to win this race now. Okay. Good. Up to 15 back, so the misplay with 3 life was not such a biggie. An opponent looks like he's mana flooded a little bit. Okay, so right now I am the one who is going forward. Let's attack first, let's see what we draw. Let's draw a card. Another land, flying. And... let's bring the Mukotai number 2 out, because this I think will make it much more difficult for my opponent to do anything. And now he needs also to invest some, let's say, resources into Kaito. Okay, this is too late, my friend. You should have done it before. Interesting that my opponent keeps on attacking my face. And also activating here Raja. I mean, this is silver rank, right? We are really high silver, but still silver rank. Wow, a lot of lands here. This creature dies, return to the battlefield, but we get exiled. So let's try it. Let's see what we're gonna top deck here. So, my opponent decides to block with the Kumano, and I believe Fake Your Own Death will not be active because the Kumano has the exile effect, but this is okay. This is okay because we can exchange.
Now this is a secret.
Okay, let's give it flying. Let's see. Let's see if this is gonna help. A lot of lands now, suddenly, after we struggled to get our lands out. This is 5 lifelink, but he can prevent him from blocking. Text target creature defending player controls with power less than Rajas can block. So this will make power equal, and I will be able to block you. It is okay. Let's get Kaito down. Wow. That's a lot of draw here. Let's see if we maybe... A lot of lands here. Wow.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
Very much lands here at the end, but still we got there. Weird first game against Mono Red, and my Mono Red had a lot of lands, me had a lot of lands. Nonetheless, let's go next. So, sorry, need to refill. The good coffee, the engine of a lot of people. Against Alalet, bad hand, don't have all the mana, and this is actually good. We're gonna keep it. Keep it. We are going first. This is good. Network Disruptor will do some work here. Tap the land. Doesn't matter really. Like, I'm not planning to block here. I'm planning to ninjutsu stuff. Annoying. But let's start creating treasures, I would say, to cast our Atraxa, and I hope you're gonna see it in the video more often than not, because I had it a lot. You saw maybe my games where I made into the clip where pretty often the Atraxa, we just need 2 treasures or 2 mana fixers. Gala Greeters, okay. Oh, and he's not staying back to protect. Wow. This is actually wow. Okay. Let's go. Let's see. And Disruptor. Tapping you. And if we get a little bit more lands now, then we can cast already Atraxa. Turn 5, if I see it right. Now maybe even turn 4, if he goes for Network Disruptor. He does. So this creates us another treasure. We have 3 treasures now, another land. We tap you? Yeah. Doesn't really matter who we tap here. 1 land, huh? Okay. So let's go. I'm interested to see where my opponent is ramping to. I want to cast Thirst of Discovery so I can Atraxa as early as possible, right? Because Taste I flash in, I kill a Gala Greeter, he cannot ramp anymore, he will be next turn on 4 or 5. But then I miss out on the land drop, so I want to hit my land drop, right? No, I can already Atraxa it. My friends. Turn 4, Atraxa. How do you like it? Turn 4, a freaking Atraxa. I hope you like it. So, a land. We take this one. A spell. We take Hero. Hero's Downfall, is it really necessary? Creature and Artifact. Not the best hit from Atraxa, but sure. Why not? Play our land out, and then we're gonna see what we got there next against Aleld. And for Atraxa against Alert, I don't know if he's really happy about that. Is he? Is he? Gallagher, okay. And theoretically, Ninja can also copy Atraxa, trigger the thing even though if it's legendary, so it will gonna draw cards or a bunch of cards. Interesting that my opponent attacks now. I think he wants to make the poison count. He wants to trigger the Gallagher for his big boys. Right. Right. Can we kill him already? This is 10? No, this is not enough. This is not enough. Sure. Let's go in. 2 mana left. What for? Okay. Take action. Take our tapland. Attack for a bunch. And Thirst of Discovery. You. Play you. And I think Myr is gonna help us to cut. But I think this game is already over if my opponent don't has an answer for our Atraxa. So let's see, let's see. Depopulation. So this is a Celestial control deck, by the way, so from Dino. A very interesting control version. Sure, sure. Not sure how helpful this will be for him, but sure. So let's play Kaito. And let's play...
I can do anything.
You? Or do I kill the Road Priest? I think I kill the Road Priest. I play Face Shadow. And I cycled Duchi. Sure.
I'll be taking that now.
So let's see if my opponent can get out of it. I mean, depopulate, nobody expects in Celestia depopulate. Waiting announcement. Still not a flyer. Game. Okay. Let's go in. No blockers, flash in for 2 mana, 3/2. Deal some damage. Could I have one there? Draw some cards. Hero's Downfall is okay.
Is a juicy secret.
Play the Glider. I want to have 1 mana for Fading Hope open. So then the Slicer. And end the turn. I want to have this mana open for whatever my opponent is gonna cast here. My opponent looks like he has Wandering Emperor. That's a weird attack. Maybe another depopulate? Oh no, he had enough. He had enough. This is how our Atraxa Ninjitsu works. Turn 4 Atraxa. What do you want more than more games? I know. Let's go next. And here we are in our next one on the draw against Lil Never. And looks reasonable to be on the draw, so let's try to keep it and let's see what we got here. If we can maybe show you off all the possibilities to play our Atraxa, or if we're gonna fail in it, because Umezawa allows you to cast the Atraxa for the ninjitsu cost of 4, and Silver Viewmaster reduces by 1, so even for 3 mana. And I think an Atraxa for 3 mana is something not only hilarious, but also really interesting to see coming. And because my opponent kept on the mana open, I don't want to play the Silver Viewmaster right now, so we're gonna go it a little bit slower way, right? We're gonna see what we're gonna draw. We have already our double black, just in case my opponent plays something dangerous where we can downfall it. And looks like an Esper deck, and the opponent missing out on the mana is huge for us. Actually huge for, especially because my opponent didn't put any pressure on the board. This will allow me to play the Silver Viewmaster and protect it with Fake Your Own Death. So we're gonna see if my opponent has something to interact, or he let us create a treasure token. By the way, cut down will not cut it, because it will be 4-2, so 6 power and toughness. This means cut down will get neutralized, but maybe my opponent has something like counterspell, you know? So this is good option for my opponent, a lot of chip interaction here, so looks like as per control deck, maybe with some planeswalkers. And we're gonna see what we're gonna do next. This is not relevant. Network Disruptor is, I think, relevant because we're gonna tap his white source. It doesn't matter which one. And this will bring my opponent into a situation where he needs to play Wandering Emperor if he has it in the hand. Right? Ouch. Okay, next. I can play in the second May my Silencer. Okay. I think he has a sweeper in the hand. I think he has some sort of interaction. So for this 4 mana, we're gonna play the Silencer for 2 mana. And see if my opponent wants to commit to the damage here. Why I choose to tap this land? Because it's blue and it's white. I think my opponent is mostly blue and white. This is why I decided to play it this way. Wandering Emperor. I'm wondering if Wandering Emperor is a thing now. So let's try it. Let's try and see if he has a Wandering Emperor in the hand. If not, I'm gonna just draw cards, right? And this is not Sorcery Spit, no. Decline. We don't want to do anything else here. My opponent's Scythian Insights, annoying, but it's okay. I hope he didn't hit my Atraxa. Double Scythian Insights, okay. So this is as per full control here. I wanna bait out his removals as much as possible, right? And he could theoretically already next turn cast an Atraxa if he hit one. But this is okay, let's go draw some cards. 1 card to be exact. Fading Hope, I can fade my Atraxa to my hand. I can also protect Umezawa. Let's first attack. First attack, see what my opponent has to offer there. And if he's ready to take 3 or he plays Wandering Emperor, no, he doesn't play Wandering Emperor. Decline. Decline. Then play our Umezawa. And Behold the Unspeakable will refill my hand, will give me a lot of cards. The possibilities are there, but we're gonna see if my Umezawa gonna be resolved or not. And we still have 3 mana for Downfall and enough mana for our Fading Hope. Sure, annoying, but so be it, right? Not something we can do against it. And I wonder what my opponent... So one of it was a land, right? This is my land. Because he has this weird lands, basics. So one of these hits was a land. Okay. Still okay. Because I think one of them is maybe the Atraxa, and Fading Hope will put me my Atraxa to my hand and allow me to do other things. But let's see, let's see. Everything is cheeky-bricky so far, as long as my opponent didn't put any pressure on the board. Still no pressure, okay. These tap lands are a little bit annoying, but sure. A lot of lands, but if we draw lands now, we're not gonna draw lands later. Okay, my opponent is sitting most likely with full hand of removal. And if it's the case, so be it. Down to 10. He needs to be really careful. Down to 9. Painful Memory Deluge. And Waterfront will help me to cycle these lands, right? Waterfront, Destructive, 5 mana, draw a card instead of having a land is is not good. It's not good, but for a budget or free-to-play account is something that can come handy, especially in these matchups where it goes more grindy, where we go longer games. And let's see if we can do something else here. Still gonna hold on to Fading Hope until my opponent plays something very dangerous.
I've killed many who deserve death. Now we'll protect those who
Painful,
deserve life.
painful. Kaya is annoying.
Your time's almost up.
Sure, let's go for Kaya. Let's ninjutsu you. With you. This is 3 life gain, 3 life loss.
I'll only need one.
So we hit a little bit of Kaya and let's see if we can... I need some card draw, right? That he counterspells also my Behold is painful, annoying. What you gonna do?
Give up already.
But... okay. Interesting.
Run away. You'll be safer.
Creates a token or he exiles? Creates a token, okay.
We must protect.
So an Esper Planeswalker control in silver. Not bad. Pass. Let's get his stuff out here. Don't forget Network Disruptor can tap stuff.
I still have much to learn.
My turn. Not the best draw, but sure, why not? Right? Myr, sorry, fixes us the mana, and this way we just need something else, one more treasure or one more artifact or whatever we have there. Tapped 2/2 token. Attack the Kaya. Let's see what my opponent has there. I'm sorry, maybe cut down another Wandering Emperor. Wow, interesting. He's gonna minus
Not
it.
overconfident. You're just underwhelming.
I'm gonna bounce it back. Resolve. And... I mean, most likely he runs a sweeper, right? Let's draw a card. We have a flyer. I thought so. I thought that there will be another land on top. We have a flyer, we can produce some extra damage here. Okay.
We've got
This is 6 damage each turn, this is a lot. So we need to do something against it and do something really fast. Kaito will be also nice, but
It's what you deserve.
I don't feel like Kaito will be a big game changer here. Silver Fuel Master, sure. Let's see if my opponent has another counterspell. No, he doesn't, okay. So, let's kill off the Wandering Emperor. Looks like he has some sort of interaction, no? Looks like he has some sort of interaction. Sacrifice Silver Fuel Master. Sure, that's a flyer. Then we're gonna blitz in my ninjutsu in my lifelinker. Kill off the Wandering Emperor and there's some other interaction here.
Try not to miss me.
I think Myr will come in. Not sure, I mean my opponent slowly but surely ran out of gas, right? So what we need now is him not having possibilities to refill his hand so fast. Memory Deluge is painful, yeah, powerful card, especially if the game goes longer. But I still think we can do here something. Next turn this is 5 damage to Kaya. Because Network Disruptor can again tap the token. And What did he had from me? What was it? What did he took? Do I see it in my... Fake your own death? No, this is what he countered. Waterfront, Downfall, Fading Hope. No, I think he had another land, right? Is this true? He could have another land from it. This could be Shipwreck Marsh. I have one of it. Because I didn't saw anything else, it could be from me. I don't run Go for Throat. I don't run all these things, so most likely.
Let me get a read on
Take
this.
action. No. I don't need fake your own death. Think, my friend, it's totally fine. Siphon Insights, okay. The stuff is from me. So let's see, he can proliferate, he can draw cards. He can do a lot. We need Atraxa. We need Atraxa, my friends, to maybe keep this game. Because I cannot keep up with 3 damage each turn. 3 life gain, 3 damage. This will be, or this is a little bit too much, but Atraxa could. Interesting. So let's go here for 3. Submit. Still have the mana for Network Disruptor, obviously, just in case he counters my march. Retire, okay. Play the Network Disruptor. Three mana open, so he has maybe something else. Tap it. And then let's go after the Kaya. Because we need to kill off Kaya somehow. Maybe a downside not to running Invoke Despair, right? If I would have run this Invoke Despair, I think this will be a much easier game. But we don't have access to such powerful cards. I mean, theoretically I could craft it and play it. And this deck is able to run Invoke Despair, so just in case if you want to upgrade it a little bit, put in, instead of some of, where is it, some of Beholds, Invoke Despair is definitely a possibility or an option. And can definitely pick off some of the annoying planeswalkers, like Kaya, for example. But I think my opponent had also a really good hand, right? Like cut down into Syncopate, into Dissipate, into Go for Throat, into Negate, then refill with Memory Delusions. Wandering Emperor, he didn't play it right, he didn't play it good, but he played it. And we are fighting, we are still fighting. The ninjas never give up. Ninjas do not give up. So next turn this is 6 damage on Kaya, most likely. In case, or if my opponent can also proliferate, save Kaya. But also he has maybe something like Wandering Emperor. And let's see, Lil Never. If you let me pop off here with my Atraxa. So not the draw I wanted, not the draw I needed. Let's go after Kaya. Too many lands, too many lands. I don't know why game decided to give me so many lands. Offer the trade to my opponent, although when he proliferates, he can put a 1/1 counter and also on Kaya a counter. So this will be a smart proliferation from my opponent. He doesn't want to. Okay. My opponent didn't want it to. Let's gain 1 life, and my opponent cast Memory Deluge. This was obvious. I would have proliferated, to be honest. To have Kaya higher and plus save that Vigilant token, then would be a 4/4. I would have done it. So my opponent is here not misplay free. Siphon Insights. Looking for my Atraxa, most likely. And another Siphon Insights. Sure, my friend. Get a card from me. Siphon Insight is a cool card and annoying card for your opponents, but I think the value on this card is not there. You pay 2 mana to take a card where you again need to pay mana to play it. For a deck that is most likely not synergistic with the card that you find. If you find some good hits, maybe yes. But I built my deck for me and he builds his deck for him. And if he plays my deck, most likely the card that he takes from me is not as synergistic for him as he would make it instead of Siphian Insights, right?
You're not safe from me.
So opponent found my Atraxa, lucky enough for him. So let's see if we can top deck on a removal. Otherwise, I think this is a good game because not a removal. Fading Hope will be the best, but we needed to use Fading Hope before. An opponent found also Farewell. Land, Farewell, and Siphian Insights. So again, this is maybe a good showcase why this card is not as synergistic for him as it's synergistic for me, because he don't have all the mana covered, and he has Silver Fury, Mukotai, and Myr Atraxa. So basically, all the creatures are mine. And we're gonna see. This is a land that doesn't help us further. This is why we give our opponent a good game, because we are dead next turn. Doesn't matter what we do, and we're gonna go next. And here we are, most likely again in our last game against Platinex, with a good opening hand to go second, because we have some interaction, we have some aggression, and my opponent with 1 mana Death Touch Toxic, so maybe some Golgari Toxic deck. By the way, I'm building a Golgari Toxic deck right now for this free-to-play account, missing some wildcards, mostly common and uncommons, funny enough, because obviously I have, I think, like 7 or 8 rares and 2 mythics, and there is not really a goal, or like, let's say, not really a reason to spend them, because I don't know what is really needed from rares and mythic. The most of my decks contain commons and uncommons, and this is really funny, I think. I found this being really interesting. Can I interact you for 1 and tap it? Yes, I can. So I'm gonna go now the aggressive path and try to kill my opponent before he can corrupt me. So 3 toxic counters. This will be the next turn. Wait, do they proliferate? No, this is just toxic. Okay. Let's go for 1, kill 1, and take the 1. Platinex, por favor. Platinex, hand enough, and let's do another one, because this was way too fast. I thought it would be longer, so let's go another one. And here we are, now the last game against Buyakasha. Respect yourself. Who knows Ali G? Ali G on the draw. This is a decent hand on the draw, and my opponent looks like mono black. Ele. I said you play. And next turn, lifelinker. 3-2 lifelinker, it's good, it's good. 1000 Face Shadow, this is what he does. And my opponent with 1 mana, no blocks, no needed, blocks no needed. We're gonna get 3 life back and see what my opponent can offer. Let's hope 1000 Face Shadow will not eat a removal spell. He does. Scheiße. This is not good. Not good at all. So this makes it a little bit difficult, but still. Next turn we're gonna get some life, or do we play stuff? I think we play stuff, right? I think we play the stuff to... Oh, my opponent, not bad, not bad. 3 damage here again in the face is painful. I mean, I can deal with the Wolf Sleeper, but I also feel that my opponent runs things like Sheldred, where I will need my hero's downfall a little bit more. This is why let's play the blue source, let's play the stuff. And see if we can recover from this. Because my opponent plays next on Sheldred. I can hero's downfall it, play the tap land and do nothing, but we're gonna see. I can also draw a card with the stuff in cost of life, of course. I believe 4 life it is. Yeah, 4 life, draw a card. Oof. Okay, my opponent deals 4. I'm not ready to pay too much mana for life. of too much life for a card. So let's go like this. Let's play Yun to gain some life. This is 3-4 with it, but Hero's Downfall, yeah. So if my opponent don't play Sheldred next turn, I'm gonna Hero's Downfall the Sleeper, because Sleeper grows a little bit too high. And my opponent seems like he's stuck on mana a little bit. Could be. Sure. Stuck on mana is okay. Let's see what he's gonna do next. Take the 4. Wanna see what he plays, because Sheldred is for me more dangerous. Lily, okay.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when you
Discard the land.
don't overthink things.
Ah, okay. So let's Hero's Downfall. Shipwreck Marsh. I mean, I can play you, and I can play you. Cost a little bit of life, but it's okay, I think. The Silverfew Master, and my opponent most likely minus Lily. We're gonna minus Silverfew Master, and then with Mukotai attack the Lily, right? Also, Cut Down needs to go first for Silverfew Master. If he has it, right? So be it. But we're gonna see. And now my opponent hit also the 4th land. It could be difficult. Sacrifice the Silverfew Master, obviously.
Haven't you ever heard of personal
Underdog. No. Okay. What? Let's go after Lily.
whatever?
Let's play you. And we're gonna chill. 4 life with a staff is really close. But yeah, this is our end. Yeah, none of it is an artifact or enchantment. I'm sorry, there's an artifact. And Puya, yeah, I mean, you see mono black. See, against mono black, I need to include some other cards. I need to include a little bit more interaction, a little bit more removal for the game plan, and maybe some other synergies. But I think this deck can win against mono black. Depends what draw we have and what draw they have. But of course, Invoke Despair. No, I mean, my opponent played more rares and mythic than that we saw than my whole deck contains, and it's okay. We try to make a budget build, or let's say free-to-play build. It's not a budget build. Budget builds for me are like maybe 2-3 rares. I play free-to-play, so no money invested. And I think for it, this deck performs really good. Especially not only fun, because you saw I played this deck a lot. You saw on the win rate, you saw on the statistics. This deck is fun, performs really good in silver at least. I played a lot against soldiers. I played a lot against mono red. And I played some against mono white. And some control decks, weirdly enough. But most of them are durable. Also, mono black is durable. I played against some mono black, not as a perfect, let's say, as a net deck mono black as this one, but some variations of it. And I think this deck performs really good against it, especially because we have flying threats. Mono black has super much difficulties to deal against flyers, and there is where we win the game, usually. If as soon as we start popping the flyers is getting bigger, the flyings enable our ninjutsu abilities, and so on, then the game is usually on your side, right? Like, you win against mono black. Even if they have Sheldred, you start getting life, the things can get bigger, and you can combo trick it with his treasure instant spell that kills the Sheldred because he's a 3-2 and gives you a treasure in replacement, and you can cast Atraxa on the next turn, for example. Everything happened. I have a bunch of clips from really cool games. Would I recommend to craft this deck? Yes. This deck performs really good for me, even though in silver, but I encountered, as I said, a lot of good decks, powerful decks. Performs good. Is super fun, really much fun, because Atraxa refills your hand, and it's always really funny to play Atraxa on turn 4, as you saw it, I think in game 2 was it, or game 3, where we played Atraxa on turn 4. So just really fun game and performs really good. Otherwise, yeah, would I recommend to craft? I said already yes. Next video will be most likely on Wednesday. On Wednesday, because Thursday, who doesn't know, who didn't read it, or who is maybe not in the Discord server, I received an invitation for early access, so we can brew some really fun stuff. I have already a big list on my phone. People in Discord know it, so if you want to see it too, go to Discord server and join it, check it out. I have some lists that I wanna try out, definitely with new synergies, with the incubate synergies, with new cards. Just really fun time. We're gonna stream it on Thursday. My girlfriend said she will take the little one to her mom, so we have Thursday free together and can do as much as we can. I hope the stream will be fluent. I haven't been streaming for a while, and I hope everything will work out fine. Maybe I will do some test stream, maybe tomorrow, for example. But yeah, this is why I want to bring a video on Wednesday. On Thursday, we're going to stream for the most part of the day. I think it begins at 10 a.m. for me, so in Europe it will be like 4 o'clock. Who does know, like 10 a.m. New York time, right? Like I'm from Ecuador, and we have here the New York time. Anyway, and then we're going to stream for the most part of the day. I don't know if I will be ready at 10, because we're gonna see how fast everything happens with the baby and stuff. Yeah, I think those are really cool news. I have a lot of decks. I will prepare a lot of decks for you. I will not only make decks where I just pack all the new cards together. I will try to make some archetypes, knights for example, for later, and then release the videos in the following time, because as long as my account is banned, by the way, I made an appeal for the ban. I said that I found it a little bit weird that some people receive only 1 or 2 weeks bans, even though they used it maybe more, and I played it just for a few days or for a few games. It was the first day, right? I never used the deck again. It was 11 games regarding on my untapped stats. I played 11 games, and after the 2 days, the official message from Wizard of the Coast came out that the accounts will get suspended. So, but my account never had this deck even available at this time, and I didn't even play it. So I made an appeal and say, hey guys, I understand, but I don't feel treated fair, because there are some other creators that I saw using this bug. I don't care if it's in a play queue, rank queue, or whatever, they received 0 suspensions, so I don't feel treated fair. And if they can reduce my time maybe by a week or 2, so I can keep up with the March of the Machine expansion or set, and make some interesting builds there. If it's okay, sure. If not, my account should be free on June 1st or 2nd June, because it was 1st or 2nd of April when I received the email. So there should be again like casual, but you know that this is a snowball effect. I will not buy the Mastery Pass if they don't reduce my suspension time, because I will miss out on 2.5, 3 weeks of Mastery Pass. That means I will not be able to complete it completely. This means I will not invest any money into Mastery Pass, because why should I if I cannot get the full value? The set will be... Depends. I think it will be an incomplete set for me, but I will craft definitely. I have on my main account, I think I have like... not gonna lie, like 9 or 10 rares, few mythics, and like 15,000 gold, I think. So I will buy for these things what I need, what I want, and then for the rest I will craft the cards that I really find interesting or really find cool to play with, and showcasing the decks that I enjoy to playing it. But it will not be like other content creators who invest maybe $200-300 into the game to get the all cards. At first I'm not able to, because of the time. Second, I cannot afford to invest $200 into a game almost every month, every second month, because now the sets come every second month. And Aftermath comes also soon out, but I think Aftermath I will complete, because there is only like 56 cards, I think, around about like that. And I'm really excited for these legendaries, double-sided legendary or double triple colored legendaries. Really excited for these ones, because I found them really cool. Feeble Dip is finally back. Also the Kiro and Umezawa is there. I think, yeah, and Talia is there. Hey, I like Talia. So yeah, definitely I'm gonna, Aftermath gonna be really interesting for me. And March of the Machines, I hope they reduce the suspension. If not, so be it. We're gonna continue with builds like this, or maybe even more, depends, because I will also buy packs here, right? With the coins that I will hoard, and on my speedrun account. Don't forget the speedrun. Super good deck. I'm gonna show it to you. It's like a soldier, my own soldier take, and I think it's currently like on 27-0. But the speedrun, I'm not sure if you are still watching. I'm sorry that I'm talking so much. If you are somebody who watched a stream from Crocus, did he include the Sparky rank into it? This is this blue rank where you get like, I don't know, 3 ticks for win, and you play against noob decks. Like usually you play against beginner or starter decks, against people who just literally take a starter deck and play. And of course my soldiers run over like them. Like, I think it was like 8 or 9 games, but it's time, right? Otherwise, I think it will be really close. I think it will be really close speedrun. I will definitely use the metric from Untap, but also I will use the metric from my recordings, because I have all the games recorded, every single one, just in case somebody says, oh, you didn't do that, you didn't do that. I can always replay them, and I will make one piece of the video to see how much time it was exactly, and then I will make a highlight out of it, like of the coolest games that I think are interesting to watch. There were some really cool games, where I played against Grixis, and I thought it's already done, like no chance to win, and then bam bam, things happened. 2 turns I won, right? Like the Grixis opponent had everything. They had Kiki, they had Corpse Appraiser, they had Shieldred, they invoked Despair me, and I was like, it's okay, let it be, right? Mana open, I think they have like negate or make disappear, bam, situator, and my opponent next turn again invoke Despair me. I sacrifice this soldier that has Unearth, the colorless, get a soldier token in return. Next turn, top deck the dude that makes everything flying and +1/+1. My opponent has Corpse Appraiser, Shieldred on the board, right? Top deck, play it, Unearth the soldier, bomb attack for exactly 0, exactly lethal. Pff, amazing game. I got horny, to be honest. Yeah, it was an amazing game. Anyway, enough chit-chat about this. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked the deck, and I hope to see you in the next one. And I hope to see you in the stream. So don't forget to click the notification button if you wanna be informed when the stream is live. Otherwise, just check out YouTube when you have the time, and maybe you will see my stream recommended. Who knows? But otherwise, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao.